more shit. If you're watching this as the first one, it's actually the first shit. But otherwise, tonight I've reviewed 3 great games for the PC, 1 bad one for the Game Boy Color, and now I'm going to review 1 bad one for the GameCube. Let's get cracking. It's a 5 out of 10 game, which is okay, but it's a game I really wouldn't recommend too strongly. Evolution Worlds for the GameCube. Blah. Now, if you've played Evolution or Evolution 2 for the Dreamcast, you might be crying blasphemy, but you'd be crying the same thing if you played Evolution Worlds on the GameCube, which claimed to be 1 and 2 for the GameCube port. Basically, if you want to know, if you're a Evolution player from the Dreamcast, and you want to know what this Evolution Worlds is like, cut Evolution 1 down to 1/3, and cut Evolution 2 in half, and then combine them. That's what it is. 1 and 2 compilation bullshit. You know, a couple levels from both, yeah. That said, it gets a 5, simply for the fact that it's a pretty solid game otherwise. The fact of a robotic attachment to your body that enables you to defeat enemies more easily. Enjoyable characters to an extent, with great abilities and customizable. Gray the Butler's awesome. One thing I didn't like about either version of the game, Evolution Worlds or the original ones on the Dreamcast, is linear. Great character, very powerful, support magic, healing magic, a little attacking. Great character. If it weren't required, if she wasn't required to be in your party for most of the game, I'd have her in there anyway. But you have to have her in your party. She's stuck there. You can't have anybody but her and one other guy or girl. So you're leveling up one optional character at a time. This wouldn't be a problem. As I said, I'd have Linear in my party, even if she wasn't required. The problem is, for the final bosses of both Evolution 1 and 2, Linear isn't in your party. You can't have her in your party for the final bosses. Yeah. In the case of Evolution Worlds 2, it's the first and second forms. In the case of Evolution Worlds 1, there was only one form featured in Evolution Worlds. Even though I distinctly remember in the original Evolution you fought him on foot and in a robot. It's been a bit since I played Evolution Worlds, so you might actually have faced him out of his mech. But otherwise, they seriously cut down on 1 especially. And cut down on 2, but to a lesser extent. Removed some of the parts that you can put on your stuff to have different weapons, although they still have a few in there, and I think they have 1 new one. But all in all, what they do is pretty solid. What they take out, they shouldn't have, considering they claimed it was a compilation, but it's not. It'd be like saying Final Fantasy Origins is 1 and 2, but taking out all but 3 dungeons of the first one and all but 5 dungeons of the second. You know, I mean, what the hell are they trying to pull? But still, Evolution Worlds for the GameCube, 5 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend it. If you have a Dreamcast, just spend the money to buy the originals. They're much better. If you have no Dreamcast and have a GameCube, don't buy Evolution Worlds. It's not worth it. Buy a Dreamcast instead and buy the original versions. Good day.